Well, I think it's different for women because when I graduated school, there were 8 women in my class out of a class of 300, and the Women's Bar Association didn't exist. There were no law firm partners who were women. There were very few women on the bench, and those women were on the probate and family court. And now, when I look around and look at the 5 of you, it is a testament on how far we've come.
I think the profession has changed tremendously for women since I started 30 plus years ago. I think when I started, judges and opposing counsel weren't used to seeing females in that role, and I think they weren't comfortable with it, they weren't familiar with it. And I think now people are becoming, and have been, much more familiar with seeing a woman as an advocate, a woman as a litigator. I definitely see an upswing and a huge change in that, and I think it's wonderful.
And if you look around, you know, whether it's our table or any other table of very successful women, I mean, rarely do we just follow that straight little path up. You look at, for example, Justice Duffley going off onto the bench and how she is, you know, become such a role model for us. I mean, she went for it. Every person around this table has not been constrained at all. Each one of us has exhibited that courage, that willingness to just strike out on our own in a different way than our predecessors had.
One of the things I wish I knew and understood earlier in my life was not to be afraid of ambiguity. You have to accept some degree of ambiguity in your life and live with that uncertainty of, am I doing it right? You have to try to answer that yes in your mind, but know that those nagging doubts are just a part of it.
You don't have to already know how to do the job that you aspire to do. You can be ready for a challenge or a next position, even when you haven't fully mastered it. And I did learn that. I think intuitively I learned that along the way, but I didn't really fully own and accept that until much later. And I think that's important for women, actually.
When I started out, and even now, I have many mentors, not just one, but I always had a mentor who was very supportive of me, really was a champion, wanted to see me do well, wanted to see me excel. And that's what I think is the most important thing about a mentor. Because when we as women lawyers or lawyers do well, we raise the bar for everyone.
I think that it's very hard to become a partner at a firm if you don't have a mentor who really takes an interest in your career and is going to pull you up and help you from the inside become a partner. In my own career, in the first 10 or 15 years, all of my mentors were men. And I think, frankly, that was probably a function of the fact that all or most of the partners were men in the organizations where I worked. And now that I'm a partner at a law firm, and there are women in the partnership, I have different needs for mentors. Your needs for mentors don't go away. All of us can learn how to be better lawyers, and we want to succeed in our professions and in our professional environments. And I think having a mentor is really critically important. I always enjoy getting together with other women attorneys and women in the legal profession, whether it be judges or people in public service and legal aid and so forth. We always have a lot to talk about. And sometimes we do this formally through the Women's Bar Association. I enjoy getting together with some of those groups, and sometimes it's informally among friends and those of us who know each other and have worked together for a long time. I have to say, it can sometimes be depressing that we are talking about the same issues today that we were talking about 20 and more years ago in terms of the professional barriers that women face. However, many of us continue to work on these issues, and these are important issues to advance women in the legal profession. And I'm lucky and proud to be part of a community here in Massachusetts where people care about these things.
And when we get together, we do talk about where we've been, where we're going, what can we do next. We have fun, but really most of it is about where have we come, where can we go, and we have a good time. I think it's exhilarating to see that we have moved, and we believe, looking at the leadership that you end up with, I think, over the years, we all rise up and we bring others with us. It's also very exciting and fun, really fun.